Well, my friend, you have called Dr. Scapula. What could you want from a simple servant such as me? Ah, you want the power of the soul. So, my friend, how are you doing? You have gained great knowledge now that you can speak to the dead. Tell me, what did Aristotle tell you? I knew him, you know. He was a charming fellow. Now, I know that you have gained in power. Not only has your island grown, you have built yourself a grand palace along with an underground lair for your experiments. You have extended your reach across the globe. The rich come begging to you for life after death. That is why you have come to me once again. You wish to know about the soul. You have already experienced the soul itself. I have shown you ways that you can sacrifice a human and gain the power of its soul. But you want more. You have seen that you can bring the dead back to life, the recently dead, infuse them with life, and it does heal whatever killed them. If they had lung cancer, it is gone. But if they are an old man, they are still an old man. And eventually, death will come to all mortals. Not you, of course, my friend. You will always find a way to escape the Reaper, will you not? I can give you the power of the soul, and all I ask is our usual fee, the tiniest sliver, 1/100th of your soul to me. Is that fair, mon ami? Then let us begin. Now, remember that the soul is real. It is easy for you to forget this thing when you are a fleshy corporeal body. Right now, Dr. Scapula has this body, but it is not real. I am not really here. You can touch me. I can touch you, but I assure you, you do not want me to. But your body is real. It ages and it will die eventually. But your soul inside, that is real. It has its own life and physicality. Now it is true, it is not physical like your body. That is why the two can be separated. But you can do more with a human soul than simply use it to power your sacrifices. That is perhaps the funnest use for them, and I highly recommend whenever you need a little more oomph to your spells and conjurings. There is nothing better than the slit of a throat. But, my young friend, imagine what you can do with a soul. Think of that very rich individual. Very, very rich. They have amassed billions of dollars throughout their life, and now their life is coming to an end. They know that you could bring them back from the dead, but they still would only have months, perhaps a few years left to live. But What if you took their soul and put it into a nice, fresh body? You would be giving them an entirely second chance at life. How much would that be worth to them? Would it be worth billions? Why, yes, it would. Now, it is likely that they will not believe you. You will need to provide them with evidence. But I can show you, Dr. Scapula can give you examples. For instance, you can have them and their spouse nearby, and for only the tiniest fragment of soul energy, say a few chickens or perhaps a few cuddly puppies, you will have the power to switch them in their bodies. Now this will only last a few moments, but you will allow them to look down and see the new body, to realize that what you offer is true. And now they can arrange everything. You can find anyone in the world. A popular choice is to find a child for them to adopt. That is the easiest solution, because think about it. All they have to do is put in their will that upon their death, all of their belongings will go to the child. Now, all you have to do is perform the ritual. Now, the true ritual is a little more involved, because this transfer must be permanent. You will need a third human to sacrifice. You will need a third human whose life you must cut short. And then you must take their blood and smear it on the heart of both of the individuals. As you can imagine, you are probably going to want to have the child tied down for this. And then you can cast your spell, and whoosh, the souls will permanently switch places. Now, as long as the original body lives, there is always a chance for that soul to skip back into the original. So I recommend effective use. You then take that old body and you make sure that it dies, and the young soul with it. And then there is no chance. They are now locked in, and they are now then their new body. And they have you to thank, and that transfer of billions has already been completed to your Swiss account. But there is one other thing you might want to consider, my young friend. There will come a day when you will see more of the gray hairs, where you will feel the pains of age as you grow older, where the ravages of time will be seen in the mirror. Yes, my friend, you can have the power to transfer your own soul into a new body. Now, rather than make things complicated, one thing you can do is simply wait until you have one of these opportunities. And then, when the time comes, you also tie up the old man. And you tell them it's part of the ritual, because you've already got the boy tied up. And then you use them as the sacrifice. And you transfer yourself to the child. And now you inherit their entire fortune. and you go about your life. You still got your iron, you still got your research, and now you have the wealth of this individual, and you have decades and decades of more life. The power of the soul is yours. Are you ready to make your first switch, mon ami? Good, good. Let us begin. Well, have you decided who you want to switch to? A movie star, perhaps? Or perhaps a professional athlete of some sort? Well, whatever you decide, let me know. And make sure to subscribe to Roleplay Riot. And if you would like to see more of these, support me. I appreciate it. You can support me on Patreon. I deeply appreciate it. And please, remember, you can always get another sword.